Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Caroline McFarlan. I'm an independent consultant and Executive National Vice President with Arbonne. And simply what that means is that I've reached the top level of success and I've helped other people to do the same. And I want to give a special welcome to any guests who are on here who are hearing about Arbonne for the very first time. Thank you so much for joining us and you're very, very welcome. I want to start by talking about my story, and what I need you to know is that my story isn't typical, but it's possible. Go to earnings.arbonne.com to see what's typical, but to hear what's possible, listen into my story. I know it's possible because it's my story and I did it. So my story started in 2007 when I got a phone call out of the blue from a friend of mine who lived at that time in America. Her name's Sue Cassidy. And she was calling to tell me about this new business she'd started called Arbonne, and she said it was going to change her life. And I remember thinking, gosh, well, you've already got a good life. So if this is something that can make your life even better, then it can definitely make mine better too. Now, for any baby boomers who are listening in, if you remember David Cassidy, the 1970s pop star, Sue at that time was married to David. And I couldn't understand why she decided that I would be a good business partner because I had no business knowledge. She told me it was self-care products, and I thought, I know nothing about self-care products. I'd never even heard the term network marketing. My background had been charity. I'd been running charity balls, Oktoberfest, medieval nights, 70s concerts in Glasgow and Edinburgh. And I was right in the middle of organising the Glasgow Duck Race when she called. I was also right in the middle of organising my daughter's wedding. So anybody who has organised a wedding knows I was up to here with dresses and veils and flowers and table plans and all the things that you do when you're organising a wedding. But Sue asked me one question, and that was, where do you want to be in 5 years time? And I thought, well, I know where I don't want to be in 5 years' time. I don't want to be counting yellow ducks for a duck race, but I still want to be able to hand over the significant money that we were handing over to charity from these events. And she said that Arbonne would be the answer to bringing in some money for the charities. So I listened in and I said yes. Arbonne opened its doors in the UK in November 2007, and I was consultant number 67. And I absolutely threw myself into this. I was so passionate about what Sue Cassidy said could happen. And I was speaking to people about these incredible products. I was letting them try them. And my skin had definitely never looked so good as it did when I started using the products. But I began to realize that if I'd had a 9-to-5 job, which I didn't, then doing Arbonne was the kind of thing that I would opt to do on a day off because it was simply talking to people over coffee. It was meeting in Starbucks, meeting in lovely hotels, talking to people that I really liked, respected, and chatting about people's lives and how it could be made better. So I actually began to wonder, why isn't everybody doing this? This just makes so much sense. And also, why have I never heard about this before? So my passion, my commitment, my consistent activity took me to the top level of Arbonne in 18 months. Again, my story isn't typical, but it's possible. And I also earned the first white Mercedes, the Arbonne white Mercedes in the United Kingdom. And that was after the manager in the dealership, which is local to me, basically laughing me out the showroom and telling me that there were no calls for white cars in Scotland when I told him my business proposal. And if anybody tells me I can't do something, then I just make it my job to make sure that I prove that I can. And yes, I see my husband nodding away there. You just need to ask him that. He's been married to me for a long time, so he knows that to be true. But after telling Sue that I would join the business, I also said to her, I'll join the business, but I will never stand on a stage and I'll never make a presentation, and I probably won't do trainings because that's just not me. And she just kind of smiled and nodded, and because you don't have to do these things. And I thought, well, there's no way I would be doing that. But twice now I have found myself in the MGM Garden Arena in Las Vegas speaking in front of 16,000 of my Arbonne colleagues. And the most important thing was I absolutely loved it. Now, if that can happen to me, I believe anything can happen to anybody, because that was the thing that worried me so much. And I thought I would just never, ever be able to make a public presentation. My confidence had always been at kind of low ebb, because I was told when I was very young I would never be good at anything by somebody. And I always believed it. So when things didn't work out, I would always say to myself, well, that's because I'm not good at anything. Remember, you're not good at anything. That's why this didn't work. And here I was on the phone with Sue Cassidy at the age of 49, listening to what she said could be possible. And I thought, I am definitely going to give this a try. And Arbonne was the thing that proved that person wrong that told me I couldn't be good at anything, because I started to build an amazing business with Arbonne. But the most exciting thing for me about it is watching other people create successful businesses and following their dreams and goals and reaching that and having their dreams become a reality. So the pictures that you can see behind me just now, these are all the faces of people in our team who have reached the very top level of Arbonne, National Vice President. And you can't see it, but I've got plenty more empty wall space there waiting for more photographs to go up there in the future. This business just makes sense. There are hardly any overheads. I mean, you need a phone. Basically, a phone will do you. Everybody these days seems to have a phone. And you can work your business from anywhere you are in the world. Now, I've worked my business from airplanes, from cruise ships, from trains, from the backseat of Ubers, from swimming pools, and actually once I was working my business in a sauna. So actually, you can absolutely work this business wherever you are in the world, wherever you're doing. And with that, I'm going to introduce my husband, Bill. Bill?
Thanks, Caroline, and hello, everybody. So I was a little skeptical when Caroline got involved with Arbonne. I was a journalist and broadcaster, and what you must be is skeptical. You must question things. Now, while I had really helped Caroline run with all the charity ventures, I felt the two of us could make these things work. But how could you make Arbonne work? It just seemed impossible to me. And I did say to the kids, if mum's disappointed by what happens, be nice to her. She's put a lot of work into this. But now we're going to explain to you how this actually worked. And we're going to turn the clock right back to 1980, when it all began, Caroline.
Yes, Bill. So this is the Arbonne story. And this is the story that I've been telling passionately for almost 17 years now. And I'm passionate about it mostly because of the man that was behind it, our founder, Petter Mork, who's a Norwegian entrepreneur, way ahead of his time. He loved plant-based products and he wanted to build a business with plant-based products. And when he was introduced to the model of network marketing, he realized that he'd found the vehicle for building an Arbonne business. So this was 1980 when Arbonne was founded by Petter, and his aim was always to help ordinary people like you and I lead extraordinary lives. Now, in 1980, we were clean, we were green, we were vegan, and that was before anybody even knew what lean and clean even was. Now, people are all looking for companies and products that are lean, are green and clean. But then in 1980, nobody knew what that was, but Petter did, and he was passionate about it. And we are the original clean brand, so we're really, really proud of that. Now, our products are amazing. We have a full spectrum of products, and basically these are products that everybody uses every single day. And as you can see in this slide, we have a 90-day money-back guarantee. Now, I would say to you, if you decided you wanted to buy an eye cream and you go to your local flagship store in your city and you go to the beauty counter and you say, I want to have this eye cream, and you buy it and you take it home and you use it and you think, I'm not very sure I'm going to take that back. You take it back and you say, I don't like this one, I want a refund. I can tell you what they would say to you, and the answer would be, no, you're absolutely not. But we have such confidence in our products that we know that if you try our products you're going to absolutely love at least some of them. My skin and my body have never been in better shape than when I started doing Arbonne. We've got all the products that you use every single day. We've got personal care products, we've got nutrition, we've got skincare products, we've got makeup, and all our products are clean and results driven and effective. We're free of any nasties. We've got 2,000 banned ingredients in our products. And our policy is to be healthy from the inside out. Not just what we put on our skin in terms of skincare, but what we put inside our bodies in terms of our nutrition. And we've got two flagship products. One is our Derm Results Advanced Skincare, and we've also got our nutrition products. And you may have seen the Green Gut Glow on social media where it's kind of gone viral, but it's an incredible way of looking after your gut. So everybody's talking about gut health now. We realize that your gut is your second brain, it's the nerve center of your body. And our nutrition products work in synergy with our skincare products to make sure that while we're looking good on the outside, we also feel good on the inside using pure, safe, and beneficial products. Petter knew, even in 1980, that healthy living wasn't a destination, it was a journey. And here we are 44 years on that journey still, and still at the forefront of the healthy living arena. He was a man way ahead of his time. So without a show of hands, I just want to ask you, have you used any of these today? Shower gel, protein powder, moisturizer, toothpaste, mascara, hand cream? I bet you have. The truth is, we've been using these products probably since we had our very first bath. And in my case, that's almost 65 years ago. So now over to you, Bill.
Well, I learned a long time ago when I made football videos for football clubs that we sold through shops that if you're selling something for a price, everybody has to be paid from that price. Let me give you an example. You know, when I made a football video selling in the shops for £10, £3 went to the retailer, £1.30 went to the VAT man, the tax man. But of course, we had to pay the warehouser as well. We had to pay the reproduction company. I had to pay the camera people, the editors, and so on. I was left with £1 a video, and I created the whole thing. I made the whole thing. I filmed the whole thing. When you buy a quality product from a shop in the high street in the UK, Australia, Canada, America, it's all the same thing. Let's say the product is $20. Then the manufacturer clearly is taking their slice. And then, of course, the wholesaler and the warehouser and the advertiser. Gosh, how much money is spent on celebrity endorsements to convince us of the quality of a product before it gets to the retailer who takes a big slice, and it's all paid for by the customer. Therefore, the money that can actually go into the product development and the quality of the product is a fraction of the total cost, as I found out all these years ago. Now, network marketing. You've got the manufacturer, the word of mouth advertising by consultants like ourselves, with the product being delivered by Arbonne to your doorstep when you order, and a commission going to the person who recommended that product in the first place. We're very used to Amazon now as a very quick company that's got a massive warehouse, and maybe the next day, maybe that day, they'll deliver you something you've ordered, often cheaper than other people, and they've cut out all the middlemen. Well, Arbonne has been cutting out the middlemen forever. And as a result, the quality product goes to the customer, the commission goes to the consultant like ourselves, who's being paid for the recommendation. And here's the great thing. You will be paid time and time again as people use the products time and time again. And if we look at the next slide here, we look at 4 simple words that describe how this whole business works. We shop, we share, we sell, and we earn. Now, I remember Caroline taking a black bin bag round the workspace she has where she gets ready in the morning, and all these cosmetic products went into the bin bag. And then, of course, hand creams and body wash and so on that we had in our bathrooms, they went into the bin bag as well. And they all went out, and in came the Arbonne products. Now our house is an advertising shop window for the Arbonne products. Well, we're using them on a daily basis, But then when our friends and family come to visit and they try them out, they like them as well. So the first step of sharing has organically happened here. That sharing was done without even really mentioning it to anybody. They just used the products themselves. Now, of course, people want to buy the products so we can sell the products to them. And when we sell the products to them, we earn. But as I mentioned there, this is different from, for example, my golf club, which will put £50 on my bar card when I introduce a new member who might play for the next 30 years at the golf club, but I'll get a one-off payment. Or Cineworld, I've had a membership of that before. And when I've introduced a friend to Cineworld and they get the card, then I get a one-off thank you of a month's free cinema viewings once, and they can go for the next 30 years. And of course, it's Cineworld that benefits. The difference with Arbonne is once somebody comes into our business, they stay in our business, and we will get paid every time they purchase a product. That can go on for years and years and years. So shop, share, sell, and earn, the 4 keywords on how it works, Caroline.
Yes, and this is how it works as well. And this was me, if you can imagine that that was me in 2007, a team of one with no customers and quite frankly, no idea what I was doing, but very passionate about the possibilities. And I started sharing the opportunity and the products with people in my network, people that I liked, people that were open-minded, people who were successful, people who were entrepreneurial. So I started sharing the opportunity and I started sharing the products. And I started to build a network of business builders and loyal product users. And then what happened was people who I didn't know started to join my business. And I was thinking, oh, where did they come from? And then people that I'd never met started to place product orders. And I thought, now I'm getting this, because at the beginning when I started, I thought I'm going to have to need to know hundreds and hundreds of people to build this to the size of business that I actually really wanted to grow to. But then I realized actually you don't need to know hundreds and hundreds of people. You just need to know a few of the right people. And you need to know people who love using products for themselves and their family, pure, safe and beneficial products. And I would say that the majority of us like to do that. And all of a sudden, my business started to grow and grow and grow until I realized that actually the majority of people in my business were people that I'd never met before. They were outside of my network circle. This is a level playing field. So if you joined tomorrow and you brought somebody else in, they could actually overtake you in success because they've worked it harder. So there are people in our business who are more successful than us because simply they've worked it harder, they've shared more products, they've sold more products, and they've spoken to more people about the opportunity. It is so fair. And I've got people, even my peers, my age, who say, oh, I go to the office, I switch on the light, we do our day's work, and at the end of the day, I switch off the light and lock up. Nobody knows that I'm first in, last out, no pay rise, no promotion. Do you know what? This is different in Arbonne. If you put in the work, then you get the results. So it's all about finding which place you want to be in Arbonne. You know, you could be a client, and that's just somebody who loves our products and gets the 90-day money-back guarantee, and you get them delivered to your door 2 or 3 days after you've placed your order. Or you could become a preferred client, and that's somebody who gets a 20% discount. And you also get free product with qualifying orders, and you also get free shipping with qualifying orders. We've now got a new subscription option called a Replenish Me client, and you get your money back guarantee, you get your product discount, your free product with a qualifying order, your free shipping with a qualifying order. Your shipment automatically arrives at your door 30, 60, 90 or 180 days, however often you want to receive it. Without you having to do anything, it just arrives on your door, and every 4th order you place, you get £40 credit to use towards your next order, which is incredible, and especially for people who love our nutrition, because once you start on our nutrition and the packs are all 30 for 30 days, you don't want to stop. You want just to carry on so that when you're finishing one of our protein shakes or our fizz sticks, your other orders just arriving. So that's an amazing advantage of being a Replenish Me client. Or you may decide that you want to actually earn some money and become an independent consultant like myself and Bill. So for that, you'll get your money back guarantee, you'll get your product discount, you get a bigger product discount with being a consultant, you get 35% off all the products for a year, and then you just renew at the end of the year. You get free product with qualifying orders, you get free shipping with qualifying orders. Your products arrive 2 to 3, 4, 5 days after you've placed the order. It depends what time in the month, but they're really, really quick. You can have an earning potential, so you earn commission on your direct sales of your clients, your customers. You also can earn overrides if you start to build a team, and then you earn an override on the work that your team's doing. You can earn bonuses. We've got lots and lots of bonuses through all the different levels. We've got 4 levels of success in Arbonne. It's a district manager, area manager, regional vice president, and national vice president. So only 4 rungs of a ladder to climb until you're at the top. And there's bonuses at every level. Something that was discussed with me at the beginning was on the second rung of that ladder, when you're an area manager, your business is willable. Now, I was 49 when I was told about this business in the first place, and wills weren't really at the forefront of my mind. Weddings were, because my daughter was getting married. So when I was told about this, well, I thought, that's very good. You can will your business on. That's great. Well, now I'm 65. I've got 7 grandchildren. That is really important to Bill and me, that we can leave our business now to our children and they can leave it to our grandchildren. So what really blows my mind is that a conversation that I had about a hand cream 17 years ago, my grandchildren could be earning a commission in that 30 years from now. And that is pretty amazing. Where else in the world could you be working your job and then you pop your clogs and your boss says, that's fine, I'll just pass your role on to your loved ones and they can get your salary. Not happening, not happening. Does with Arbonne, which is pretty amazing. At the third level of the 4, you can earn a bonus for a beautiful white Mercedes. It's paid monthly, and when you get to National Vice President, you get a bigger bonus to pay for maybe a bigger white Mercedes, which is pretty amazing. The recognition and the training is fabulous. Arbonne realizes that people work harder for praises than raises, so they really, really recognize us a lot. And people feel very valued when you join Arbonne, because whether you've achieved a small thing like standing up, making a presentation, you'll have lots of people telling you well done, or you can achieve a big step in your business and you walk on stage and you're recognized. There's a lot of recognition. The training is incredible. Our speakers are amazing. Our trainers are inspirational. They're all consultants, and having watched professional speakers on stage, I can tell you, I really believe that Arbonne speakers are the best anywhere. Incentive trips. So Bill and I have been to the Bahamas. We're just back from Las Vegas from our annual global conference. We've been to, we go to Maui in Hawaii every single January. We've been there, I think, 13 or 14 times. Arbonne takes the national vice presidents and their partners, all expenses paid, to that beautiful island of Maui every January. So that's just amazing. But we've also been touring the Italian vineyards. We've been in a safari in South Africa, and we've been to Hong Kong and Macau, all with Arbonne. And you know that when you go on an Arbonne trip, you will be experiencing the very best hotel and restaurants that are available in that area. So lots and lots of benefits for joining this business. And I know that what you want to know is, what can you earn? Well, what you can earn is actually up to you. Most people start a network marketing business simply to get a discount, a bit like a Costco discount. But many people in our company are earning a 6-figure income. So it's really up to you whether you want to join this business and make a little money, or join this business and be part of a thriving, positive community, or whether you want to join this business and have life-changing earnings. Please see earnings.arbonne.com to see what's typical, but when you're thinking about how big you want to build this, then you can decide whether you want to be in the top 1% of this company making a six-figure income. And the great thing is that nobody can actually stop you reaching the very top of this company and becoming the top income earner in the whole of Arbonne, except yourself. You just need to go to work on yourself. And sometimes people find it easier to work for other people than for themselves. But I would implore you to start thinking about you, because nobody thinks about you more than you do, and you're worth it. So I'm going to, oh yes, I've got, this is important, where we are at the moment. So these 6 dots will tell you all the markets we're in at the moment. We're in America and Canada. We're in Australia, New Zealand, and we are in the UK and Poland. And where you don't see the red dots, that's the exciting bit, is all the places where Arbonne could go in the future when we start to globalize. It's incredible for a 44-year-old company to only be in 6 markets, and that's why this is an incredible time to start in this business. Now, I thought, and you're maybe sitting there thinking, I don't know anybody else apart from people that are in my country, and I thought that too. However, what happened with me was that I brought somebody into the business, Leona Fell, who lived in Edinburgh, and she joined the business, and about a year after she joined, she emigrated with her family to Australia, and she took her business with her. And that's the beauty of this business, that you can take it anywhere and you can start building it in any of these 6 markets. And then we've got, she's got a huge team in Australia, and she and her daughter run it over there. And then I met a friend from Poland, and she introduced me to some Polish ladies, and now we're growing a Polish team. So we've actually got teams in all these 6 markets. So I would just ask you, who do you know who knows somebody in Poland? Who do you know who knows somebody in New Zealand? Because I bet there's somebody in your network who knows people who are in one of these countries. Bill.
Well, let me give you a little insight into what Arbonne has done for us, because building on my broadcasting experience, I set up my own company in 1989, and it was doing very well indeed in 2007 when Caroline got involved with Arbonne. But within months of that, there was something happened across the world unexpectedly that would really damage my business. It was the collapse of the subprime mortgage market in the United States, which had a domino effect around the world and knocked a lot of businesses in the head. And suddenly businesses lost value, and we lost lots of clients in our training company. So unexpectedly that happened as Caroline's Arbonne business started to soar. So if you like, Arbonne became a safety net in our household as Caroline started to build this business. By the time the pandemic came along in 2020, I was already by that time in Arbonne for many years. I had my own Arbonne business, which I then merged with Caroline's in 2014. But this unexpected pandemic knocked over my training business a second time. Everything we did was face-to-face, but everyone was told to stay at home. Now, the business could have been ruined at that time, but Arbonne gave us breathing space. We had our 2 best months ever in the first couple of months after lockdown. People were at home, they kept buying products, we got really organized, and business absolutely boomed. Now, Arbonne can help you prepare for impact. Arbonne can be your safety net, or Arbonne can be, as is in our case, our projection into the future. I well remember my parents, after they stopped working, led a narrower and narrower life. They stayed more at home, they stayed more in the living room. It became a seat in front of the television because they didn't have extra money to spend. They had a pension to live on. Everything was cut back. We're projecting the next 10 years of our life will be the best ever because we've built a successful Arbonne business. We continue to work hard at it, and we continue to have more choices. A friend of mine at the BBC told me 30 odd years ago, money's not everything, Bill, but it gives you the ability to choose. And I'm just saying to everybody in this call, have the ability to choose what you do with your life. Rather than being beholden to your employer, who'll tell you how long to work and how much you're worth, be beholden to yourself. Take control of your life. Build an Arbonne business that can realize your dreams as it's done with ours. Caroline.
Yes, thanks so much, Bill. And I believe that once you've heard this opportunity, you can never again say, I don't have enough, but what can you do about it? Whether that's time or money or confidence, because you know there's another way. And as somebody described it once to me, like a bit like I think a stone in your shoe is just there and you know it's there. And it's just up to you to do something about it. And as Bill talked about COVID, we were always told to prepare for impact. I didn't really know what they meant, prepare for impact. What's that? COVID came along. I thought, oh, there we are. That's impact, and we prepared for it. But I would just say to you, prepare for impact. If you're unable to work your day job because you fall ill or a loved one falls ill or you're made redundant, I just wonder, how long could you survive on the savings that are in your bank? And for a lot of people, that's quite a sobering thought. Wouldn't it be more relaxing to know that you had that safety net that Bill talked about in place? Because I believe it to be the best safety net that I've ever come across. Plus, it's good fun, it's educational, our ethical standards are top drawer, and I believe that our products are absolutely second to none. So when you've listened to this, what I want you to do is I want you to write down what your dream life would look like. And then I want you to take control. I want you to get in touch with the person who asked you to take a listen to this. And then let's start on making that dream life become a reality. Thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to meeting you in the future. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.